Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 4th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly where things are going by both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek for the future of the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney CEO Bob Chapek is that he really is working at his absolute hardest to really kind of deliver these authentic Star Wars stories moving forward that's really going to move away from the Kathleen Kennedy era. Thankfully, Kathleen Kennedy is no longer involved, at least for the most part, on a creative scale, except for the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series, is that, of course, Bob Chapek is delivering over 10 years worth of Star Wars TV shows already for Disney+, where they're going to be announcing more and more projects throughout this month of August. Now, what's really exciting about Bob Chapek is that he really is creating his own legacy. Essentially, what he is doing is that he is really trying to cater to the Star Wars fans, especially the hardcore fans that really grew up with the originals and Star Wars legends, like the old EU back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And now we're in a scenario where we have Bob Chapek really bringing a lot of that back. A lot of Star Wars Legends is making a big comeback, and we've also got other creators coming on board, like Steven Spielberg as an executive producer for some of the Star Wars TV series out there, and more. However, what's really intriguing all has to do with writer and director Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi, and what it has to do with his new universe. Now, specifically, of course, with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of films. It's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are currently developing multiple plans to reunite the fans around the world, in order to create a better future for the fandom. It's described that recently Bob Chapek canceled the entire Star Wars universe that belonged to director Rian Johnson, that was going to tap into the death of the Force and the birth of a new power called the Vitality. It said that Rian Johnson's universe was going to consist of a new trilogy and a library's worth of books and novels, along with new Star Wars TV series that would connect to Rian's universe. Now, it's described that Bob Chapek recently put an end to all of this, since Rian's trilogy was originally going to tap into the secrets of hyperspace and a brand new warrior, or warriors, that would actually not be Jedi, but rather new warriors that would use the Vitality as their source of power in a brand new galaxy far away from the existing galaxy that fans know and love. Now, it's described that this major plan by Rian was to try to be original and that he wanted to erase some of George Lucas's philosophy of Star Wars. However, Bob Chapek was able to erase the Rian Johnson Star Wars universe in general. Now, the thing about this big transitionary phase is that Bob Chapek recently put an end to the Rian Johnson universe entirely. We're talking about the books, the novels, the comics, even video games, and live-action Star Wars TV series serving as spin-offs of Rian Johnson's new trilogy. So, the biggest concern about, of course, Rian Johnson and what he was going to do with this new universe is that he was actually going to explore the death of the Force and promoting a brand new galaxy and a brand new power that would not even be the Force, but rather a thing called the Vitality. Now, thankfully, Bob Chapek recently was able to erase all of it at once. We got the books, the novels, everything is gone. Now, to me, it sounds like that this could have been a thing for Rian Johnson, maybe at maximum on the Science Fiction Channel, where it's its own sci-fi thing. But right now, obviously, when you look at it in this sense, looking at Star Wars in general, we do know that, these movies need to be with the George Lucas vision in order to really make it feel satisfying among many Star Wars fans. If you try to be way too original, it just doesn't seem to work. It just comes off as trying way too hard. And at the end of the day, I think it's best to stick with the George Lucas universe and what he created back in 1977. Essentially, what Rian was trying to do was he was trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle again, and really trying to do something unique for the fans that we have never seen before. And to me, I think it went way too much to the extreme, to the point where, well, it just wouldn't have made a lot of sense for the fans to witness. Introducing, the death of the Force and this new power called the Vitality and these new warriors that are not Jedi, and they don't use starfighters and they use hyperspace as their way of travel in a more natural method. Again, like I say, it sounds more like a science fiction trilogy that doesn't really need the Star Wars label slapped on top of it. That's just how I see things, at least. So I'm very glad that Bob Chapek came to his senses and really put an end to all of that. And I think that we really are, due for a lot of great material in the near future on Disney Plus, and of course for the theatrical releases like the new Star Wars trilogy and more. So, like I said before in the past, guys, let me know what your stance is on the current situation of Star Wars. What are your thoughts on the future of the franchise and where it's going? Do you think that, Bob Chapek, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George are all going to be able to handle everything moving forward? I most certainly do believe that they will be able to. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night